Today I'm delighted to have the opportunity to talk to you a little bit about Youghal's journey and how we are attempting to use heritage as a driver for economic growth. What I'm going to talk to you today is a little bit about Youghal, its past right up to its present. The approach we've taken is a multidisciplinary approach. I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the projects that we've undertaken to date, some of the current projects that we're looking at, and then obviously what are the challenges that we face and the challenges that we face ahead of us as well. This is going back to the past. Youghal is steeped in heritage and history, received its charter back in 1209, is a walled town, the walled town with the second longest town walls after Derry, synonymous with Walter Raleigh, Cromwell and Sir Richard Boyle. A port town that at one stage was even more significant than Cork and Dublin. During the 1950s and 60s, you really saw Youghal as a boom town in terms of tourism. The railway line was open from Cork City, and as I said, that was a real boom time for Youghal. The 1980s and 90s really saw manufacturing take over in the town, as with many similar sized towns around the country. Bringing it back up then to 2005, we're looking at a different scenario. To quite a large extent, the Celtic Tiger pretty much bypassed the town of Youghal. You're looking at this stage significant loss of manufacturing jobs over that 10-year period. Youghal was left with no significant employers and therefore no industrial base. It had a higher average rate of long-term employment, and rapid status was testament to significant areas of disadvantage. There was higher national average of retail vacancy, and really the businesses in Youghal were left with one main source of income, which was tourism. On the other hand, you were looking at people though living in the town, choosing to live in the town because of the quality of life. But these people, they weren't spending time in the town. They didn't see it as an attractive place to come and shop, to come and visit. But they saw, we'll say, the natural and the built heritage, the beach, the walks, and that, as a means and to improve their quality of life. They were living in the town, but they were working in Cork City and in Waterford as well. So obviously there really was a requirement to look at improving the public realm of the town. But having said that, again, as I said, the Youghal really was synonymous with its built-in natural heritage. It was the gateway to the Blackwater Valley, and again, 3 miles of blue flag beaches. So it really was looking at, a back to basics approach. Strategic planning. I suppose back in 2005, the local authority, Youghal Town Council, were the first to rise to the challenge and published its heritage-led regeneration strategy, which has gone on to become really a blueprint for other similar sized towns around the country. 2006 saw the establishment of the Youghal Socio-Economic Development Group, an interagency group, which I'm going to refer to a little bit later. 2007, 2008 saw the beginning of the rollout of the Public Realm Plan. So really here at this stage, what you're looking at was a strategic and systematic partnership approach. What we were looking at was projects that were being rolled out on a phased basis. There was a realisation that this wasn't going to be a short fix, and that we would need to be patient and, as I said, roll projects out on a phased basis. And obviously then we were going to be looking at sourcing of funding to match the project, and that would take time as well. I referred earlier to the Youghal Socio-Economic Development Group. This is the group that I'm currently employed by. Back in 2006, Rapid commissioned consultants to take a look at Youghal, the development plans for the various statutory and community groups. What they found was that there was a serious lack of integrated economic investment. What they recommended was the people of Youghal and the agencies concerned taking responsibility for their own economic development. So you saw the establishment of this group where you have key representatives of all of the different agencies, Fáilte Ireland, the Enterprise Board, Enterprise Ireland, the local leader group, the Chamber of Commerce, Youghal Town Council and Cork County Council, all meeting around the table discussing the issues that are actually relevant to the town and thrashing them out as such at that point. Over the last 3 years on minimal core funding, we have generated €900,000 in projects. Focusing on some of the heritage regeneration projects between 2008 and 2011, €500,000 in projects. Actually, I've just been told it's a little bit more than that. Quite a lot of that has been in remedial works to the town walls, which has been funded by the Irish Wall Towns Network. The Town Council took out a 999-year lease on St Mary's Collegiate Church and Gardens, which was very visionary at the time. The local authority introduced a subsidised painting scheme, which was provided 50% subsidised funding to shop owners and owners of premises in the North Main Street of the town when choosing from a palette of heritage colours, which was developed by the town architect Sean McLaughlin, who's here with us today. It was hugely important. It really gave the town a huge facelift, and it gave it, achieving some of the goals set out in the heritage-led regeneration strategy. A lot of the streetscapes have been resurfaced, and we've introduced some bespoke heritage signage, which leading on to really, I suppose, looked at what we were trying to do is, develop the ease of movement and access and capitalising on the heritage aspects of the town. So you can see there some of the heritage signage that we introduced. It's available in 6 languages. It's at all of the key heritage points along the town, and it really has been extremely successful. Obviously, we worked with Fáilte Ireland then in developing some of the heritage signage for the town, orientation panels and directional signage as well, which I'm sure many heritage towns have done also.